Yeah, Fatt Father, foul mouth. Yeah, straight from the dirt, it's the king of the fat guys. I came for the bag, I didn't come here to fraternize. Baptize the game with the holy spit. Learn young, don't another nigga owe me shit. If I don't hustle, I don't get to write a grocery list. There's a lot of cats starving cause the dope ain't flip. Catch 'em frontin' for the gram, trying to show they rich, but going home to a hoopty and a broke ass chick. So classic, fresh like I'm wrapped in plastic. Appetite Jurassic, stop the madness, watch the masses. Don't flock to adopt the habits. When a plot let you rot in caskets. Make a choice, nigga, Glocks and lashes. Y'all niggas are soft, first place in pageants. Y'all niggas are lost, no faith in action. Don't hate me, nigga, did I make that happen? All I ever did was treat you fair. I would never ever do you wrong. All I ever did was treat you fair. I would never ever do you wrong. Through the full-length LP, singles and mixtapes, I kept it 100, being fake is a mistake. Full-time dad, still managed to get cake. Fuck a drop top, give me something with a lift gate. Been great, my pen sent shots to your men face. Ingrate, my flow old dog, Lorenz tape. 6'2", but my attitude is 10'8". Fuck the state pen, get dough in Penn State. Wait, I see a lot of niggas looking at me, and I know this they ain't looking happy. When I get to cooking, now they booking, cause I get to snapping lyrics from the soul. This is something that you can't imagine. Whoa, so honest when I get to rapping. If I said it in the song, then it really happened. Coat flip, woke, broke shit, no cinematic. Say you want the truth, here it is, y'all looking at it, bottom line. All I ever did was treat you fair. I would never ever do you wrong. All I ever did was treat you fair. I would never ever do you wrong.
Coffee and snacks, and many other pleasing treats. Our foods are fresh and tasty.
August is when it was like, okay, now it's time to just change. Like I said, I put down fried food, man. I put down pop, period. You know, I had got to a point where I was like, I don't drink it that much. And I, drink juice, but now it's like, I don't eat no corn, nothing with corn in it. Like, I'm actually looking deeper into the shit that don't work well with my body. Yo, this Fatt Father, broadcasting live from Synergy Works, Southfield, Michigan, and you riding with Theorematic. Crush Groove was like a wake-up moment for me. And then not only to see cats doing hip hop and making hip hop music, but the fat boys specifically, because I was the fat kid. You know what I'm saying? So to see these dudes embrace their fatness and still have a way to express it, like, with no interruptions. Like, you gotta listen to the song. You basically have to hear what they're saying. And it was dope. You know what I'm saying? So Crush Groove was when I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. And I was super young then. Like, I was, you know what I'm saying? In the 80s, I wasn't born till 1980. So, I was influenced and it felt good, but what really took it to the next level was it allowed me to express my pain as a kid. Like, I realized, just like I said, it was uninterrupted. Like, that was my way to be heard. When I started writing, it started with poetry. You know what I'm saying? I started writing down my feelings and putting the pain and everything I was even seeing at home on the paper, and then it became, oh man, my uncle was a DJ. So he had the 2 turntables, he had the microphone. I go over my uncle's house, he on the microphone, he talking to the music. I'm like, yo, this is what I wanna do. So my uncle, he told me, he said, man, go in there and write a rhyme. So I went and wrote a rhyme, and the rhyme was like, I was doing a lot. I was doing a whole lot of shit that I'd never done. My uncle say, yo, that's whack as fuck. Like, that's how he thought. My Uncle T Money, he say, that's whack as fuck. He say, you not being real. I say, what you mean, man? He like, man, be real. So I went and wrote a rhyme and put my real, you know what I'm saying, feelings into it and came back and T Money said, that's whack as fuck, too. And he was trying to break it down to me, man, but he was a DJ, he was an MC, you know what I'm saying? So from that point, I was just studying, man, like LL Cool J and DJ Quick back then, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause at my uncle's house, I can listen to shit I couldn't listen to at my mama's house. So DJ Quick, Luke, everything I wasn't supposed to be listening to. Yeah. So I was down there just taking the wax out, putting on what, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this look cool, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I got really like, this is what I want to do, man. And I'm gonna be Beloved. That was the first name.
Yeah, let us bow our heads. Yes, yeah. And give thanks to the Almighty for bringing us here today.
Around 2000, really. My man Chris Cobb, who, you know, may rest in peace, I had met when I was 15, 14, like, and this was like my first time in a real studio. You know what I'm saying? And my man Chris Cobb, I met him through Anthony Singleton, who's another producer from Detroit. And Cobb really just schooled me to the game. And like even around here, like Cobb schooled me to Jay Dilla. And who certain people were that were ultimately important in my journey. You know what I'm saying? So from that situation, me and Cobb initially met. He created this movement, him and my man Hoffa, called the Teamsters, and it was supposed to be rap's first lyrical union. It wasn't really a group, it was supposed to be a collective of MCs and groups or whatever. And we put out our first and only project from the Teamsters in 2000. That was the first time I actually sold product for money, you know what I'm saying? That was the first time I actually traveled like out of state to perform for people and get a response. You know what I'm saying? But after that, through Cobb, I also met Marv One, King Gordy, and Shimmy Bango. And I created the group called Fat Killers. That's when it was real. That's when it was touring and actually doing interviews and actually learning about publishing and really getting deep into the business side of things. And you know that, and that wasn't far behind. That was like 2002, 2003. That's when it was really real, man, because I felt like at that point I was contributing to the culture. I was no longer just on the student side, although you never stop being a student. But I had graduated to be, you know what I'm saying? I was basically, I had got my associates.
Yeah. Fatt Father.
Well, you know what? Can I backtrack a little bit? I want to backtrack just to say that, you know, because I know that the last thing I said was when I became Beloved. I also want to tap into how I became Fatt Father. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so Fatt Father was basically even created during this time when I first met my man Cobb. and when he was schooling me to the game and teaching me. And I was still the fat kid. I was just in high school at this point. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just want to be the fat kid. I wanted to be my own genre of fat. That's where that fat boy influence come back in. Like, I wanted to control how people seen me. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's fat with 2 T's. I always felt like I created my own genre. So to meet 3 other cats who had just as much confidence, you know what I'm saying? And just, I guess you could call it fat arrogance, as I did, it was like we had to create this fat super group. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to where we was at, the Fat Killers, man, for me it's a for life thing, even if it's not necessarily musically. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in like things being a mistake. If it's a part of my journey. Even if it's not a priority no longer, or you move past this over here, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot together, man. I think we influenced a lot of people. It was times, man, we did shows, and I remember a mother bringing her 10-year-old son up to us and him telling us how we influenced him just from him seeing us that night perform, and how he's the fat kid at school and he get picked on and he get bullied, and it was like, yo, this is real. Like, we're influencing somebody, a child that is looking at us like, yo, I want to be like those cats. You know what I'm saying? So we dropped 2 projects, and I don't think we only dropped a couple projects because we wanted to drop a couple projects. If it was up to us, I think we would have dropped 20 projects. But at the same time, when you're still learning, you know what I'm saying? When you're still dealing with life, when you're at a point where you're growing, like, you know, during that whole process, I got married. I had my first child. You know what I'm saying? My obligations changed. So my focus was always somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Where at the same time, like, bang, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Focus kind of changed. And, you know, cats is getting older, and different things that we have to do and take care of, we're unable to focus and commit that time to randomly running around and doing, because a lot of times we were, you know, it'd be bullshit in the game too. And you telling your girl and shit, you like, oh baby, I got it, cause you know, back then, you going on the road, brother. You going on the road, and you might be going on the road for pennies. You coming home to the wife, and you like, hey, guess what? They said this one go be on the house, or they say, but you gotta understand that if I can go rock this show with Method and Redman in Colorado, it's a good look. It's good politics. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So hey, but let me say this, man. I have, my wife she's the closest thing that I know to God. Like, even from the support aspect, because she been on the journey with me. She been on the hip hop journey with me since we were 15. She been on the journey with me. It was times, man, where I had to come up with studio money, or we was anteing up on studio money, and my wife was giving me her co-op money, like, hey, I'll put in on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so her dedication to what I was doing, man, she was always there.
Yeah. No hooks, no concepts. I just want to rap, man.
Well, I never stepped back from hip hop. I did have to recalibrate, but when I recalibrated, it wasn't a sense of, hey, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? It was more so, how can I do this and not miss out on fatherhood? That was my whole mission. So when you look back on my projects and you look at album covers and you look at videos, you basically see my children grow up. If you're watching, I had to find a way to include them, not only so I can still be a devoted father, but at the same time so that when they get older, they can have like they witness firsthand my hustle, my grind, you know what I'm saying? And they understand that it was never of anytime I have to be away or anytime I had to be away. They got a true understanding that Daddy was on his grind. He was on his hustle. You know what I'm saying? They done been to video shoots where they had to sit there for 8, 9 hours. And they like, oh my God, how you do this? They done been in the studio while I'm sitting there mixing a song and we are listening to this song 50 million times. So they looking at the same time like, man, we always get Daddy, but Daddy really be working. This is not just the rap shit we see on TV when it's all party and fun and liquor and all that bullshit. That ain't what it boils down to.
So nails and bedrock. My lyrics are the water that hell got. About to lead an industry shell shock. Consider this a check in the mailbox. Tight squeeze.
The first project I put out was a mixtape. That was and Big Proof influenced that because I used to see Proof out here, and Proof, we're talking about a dude who had platinum plaques, and you would still see him hand to hand selling mixtapes at the local open mic. Not even selling, just Proof would just be walking up, just giving out mixtapes, just because that was his hustle, that was his grind. You know, his work ethic was through the roof. So he was like, man, you need to put out something. So I put out Tales of the Childless Father. Now, Tales of the Childless Father came, I ain't even gonna say that the Fat Killers we weren't done recording at that point because the EP still came out after that. But it still came after I had just got married, you know what I'm saying? And when I was starting my future over here into manhood. So it was like Tales of the Childless Father showed me that I could do it. It was horribly mixed. It didn't sound great sonically, but it was mine. You know what I'm saying? And from that, I dropped Fatt Father, the self-titled album, and it was executive produced by Trick and myself. And Trick did a lot of the music on there. And Trick was always a supporter of mine like that. Like Trick bought the first Teamster album. He told me when we were working on it, man, as soon as you drop it, bring it to me. I'm gonna be the first one to buy it. He was the first one to actually hand me money for my product. So it felt like things had came full circle when we got to work on a whole project together.
Yo.
Even I put out a Christmas album, like in 08, you know what I'm saying? This Christmas album, I got Danny Brown, Fat Cat, Guilty Simpson, Paradigm. Like when I just look back at how cats really held me down, I don't have any complaints. I don't feel like I could ever be the old bitter rapper. Yeah, it is what it is. Like cats sit back and even at this point, man, my son is about to be 13, and my son is producing, playing the saxophone, and he's actually writing and recording and making music. That he played me a song the other day, damn near brought tears to my eyes, just because of the realness. It was about everything that's going on in the world. And I'm looking like, shit, maybe this journey wasn't even for me. My whole journey probably was just God's way of charting my son's map. You know what I'm saying? So I can go tell him, hey, don't go that route. No, don't make a left right there, make a right.
Please remember to replace the speaker on the post.
Yo, check it.
Man, really my son, because I have a son and a daughter. My daughter's about to be 15. Really that all goes with this album, Soccer Dad, right? So people always ask me like, man, how did you come with that? I mean, of course you think the obvious, but really, man, Soccer Dad, when you think about a parent on that field, that's the point where they don't care. There's no shame. You know what I'm saying? They don't care how they look, how goofy they look with signs. They don't care how goofy they look running up and down the court, screaming, hollering, yelling. That's where I'm at with it now. So even my weight loss journey, that's me running and screaming down the court for them, because it's all for them. I have to be here to show them and give them what they need in order to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So I look up and we in the midst of a pandemic. And I'm like, man, I'm popping blood pressure pills every morning. What if it comes a time where I can't get these pills? What if things shut down completely? And what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So I had to start working on me physically, man, just so that I could be self-sufficient and providing for my family by all means necessary. So that's what woke me up, man. And then, you know, I called my man, Coach Lance. I'm like, yo, I need to get in shape. I need to learn the way. I need the tools. And he just started giving me the education, man, and showing me the way to be and think healthier. You know what I'm saying? Because you can want to do it. You can want to do it all day. But if you don't put the work in, nothing's going to happen. You're just going to keep wanting to do it.
For attention, please. All new Hot Shot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heaters.
Man, it's just going back to the whole ideology of Soccer Dad and what it means to me. Just being on that field and running up and down that field, screaming and hollering for your children. This album is basically, I'm gonna say, letting the other parents know that this could go one or two ways. You can heckle my kid, we can take it to some other shit, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you listen to it all, just know that I'm trying to do and be better. You know, just know that that I have good sense, and I just want to take care of my family, you know what I'm saying? But if it comes down to it, I'll blow your shit out. I don't want to blow your shit out. I really don't. I want to come to the game. I want all of our children to have a great time and then go back home or whatever. But just know that Town and Country has a stash spot if this goes to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Soccer Dad is, man. And Foulmouth, like, one thing about Foulmouth is he brings that soul, man. He brings that soul, and when I put on the beat, any beat that's dope to me talks to me. Yeah, like I can hear a beat, and the first few seconds, man, I know if I'm gonna talk to it or not, because, and that don't mean the beat is whack. If it don't, it just mean that beat don't want to talk. I look at a beat like a woman. Either it wants to be bothered with me or it don't. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear that beat and the beat start talking to me, I'm like, okay, this beat giving me some rhythm. So I need to pull out my best lines.
That's dope. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. That'll do it. Anything else you want to touch on?